We're here at the 226 Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, and guess who I run into? Man, no other than the Beast boxing media, man, and he put me on the spot. And then I ran in a longtime friend of mine, a fellow compadre, trainer, one of the best that ever done it. There ain't too many of us from that era are still around. You know, and here 2026, you have a Manu Stewart going in, and I want to say happy birthday to you, Don. Happy birthday. You just had a birthday the other day, and many, many more. You know.
That's made me very proud. You talk like that to me, because I'm 84 years, and most of my life I've been behind the corner of one of the best fighter like Alexis Arguello. So I'm very proud that I'm hanging out with you guys.
Oh man, let me tell you, Don, to look back on those days, to be in different training camps with you, and back in that era, around Don King, with those great fighters and all the great other fighters that you have. You know, a lot of times people forget the list when you have a superstar like Alexis Arguello, who you developed, and then the other great champions that you had. They forget about all the rest of them.
Right. Yeah.
but you had a lot of them, you know, and it's a pleasure when you see somebody like you at the Hall of Fame, here to get honored like we're honoring you now, and to look back in time. You know, when people were talking about how fast time goes,
right.
You know, they never thought when you're younger that it goes like that, like a blink of an eye, and here we are now. You know, you just mentioned your 84 person. Yeah, well, Steve Canton. Come on, Steve. Here.
Steve, we're live here, Steve. Come on, Steve.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing Pinocchio's nose wasn't 12 inches.
Hey, guys, let me tell you something. Right now, if anyone here is overwhelmed, it's me. I am the youngest, and I have been around for half a century. These guys here are legends. This is like a dream come true for me. I am so honored to just be sitting here with these three iconics. I mean, they've been with the best of the best. I mean, Steve, so glad to see you with your setback, and you're here again for another 2026. Don Kong, being into the Hall of Fame, as long as you said, 84 years in boxing, been around. And Aaron, I mean, the trainer of champion, we got a guy who has spoiled many guys, including Julio Cesar Chavez and many other. He's worked with every champion out there and has helped every fighter. These are three iconic individuals, and I'm just gonna sit here and I want you to learn something.
Hey, look, when you come to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame with Steve Canton here, who's president, you know, not only do Hall of Fames have an extensive history that goes along with it, but to have a president like Steve Canton being the president of a Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, it ties the knot. You know, Steve goes way back. He was a fighter himself. He fought amateur, fought pros. In that great era were great middleweights. Sugar Ray Robinson, Carmen Basilio, your Stanley Sadler, Willie Pep. You know, those great eras, Steve was a part of those eras as everything grows and develops and mature. And to be here in 2026 to have some real legends of the game, not just being here like Don, but a Manu Stewart. Manu Stewart, I knew him very well, went up against him. You know, when you mentioned Julio Cesar Chavez, the second rematch fight after that, We went head to head with Frankie Randall, but to have someone like Manu Stewart posthumously being inducted, it shows you what a great Hall of Fame that they have is, because they really look at the real legends of the game in order for people in time. One day we're not going to be here, all of us, and hopefully that when people are looking for history, that they in Florida, that they will come to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame and dig into the extensive history. Not only Steve is the president of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, but SJC Boxing Gym, where the Hall of Fame sits. Steve has done a magnificent job with not only having the oldest gym, but the oldest boxing ring in a gym, and the community work that he does around and extended his hand is really, really second to none, Steve. And, I just want to say sometimes it gets hard. We don't know sometimes how we're going to make it, but by God's grace and his will, to be his helper and his worker, those great community things that you do, he's not finished with you yet. He has some more great things for you to do, and he has some more young people for you to help. That's why I tell people all the time, when you have so many champions and done so many things in the game, you try to pass something on to another generation. And that's what Steve does with SJC Gym. He's given them the seed, that seed so he can grab a root, and then in time you see what kind of fruit it bears. And it's been bearing good fruit for him. This Hall of Fame it keeps going on and forward, and it's growing leaps and bounds. With Beast Boxing, man, let me tell you, you're roaring today, boy, when you have legends like them on the show.
I feel like on Christmas Eve, a 10-year-old. But Steve, Aaron, what is your take on all this? I mean, just coming back and thinking about all these years and what we just spoke about a second ago.
Well, Hector, being here with friends in the business all these years back, the memories that we shared, the things we did a long time ago, and we're sitting here now realizing what we've accomplished and what the future is going to be. We're hoping it's going to be great, because what's happened is we've gone through all these years of success. That's the past. That's the groundwork, as Aaron said, for the future. Now, as long as we pass it on to the next generation, it'll keep on going and getting better every year, and that's the whole objective. That's what we're here for, to take this great sport, make it greater, and pass it on so it keeps improving for more and more people as time goes by.
Don, what's your take, man? After Aaron speaking so well about you guys work together, you guys worked against each other, but at the end of the day, when you step out that ring, you never want to see no one get hurt. You want to get back out to your families, and this is just a sport like any other sport.
Yeah, that's
what's your take, man? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. That's the main thing, nobody get hurt. We all try to win, but nobody wants to hurt the opponent, like make them election or make them go bad. But for me, Steve had done a great job as a fighter, as a trainer, as a president of the Hall of Fame. I wish him the best. I know he's not in the best shape right now. He got his problem, but I wish that he be in the best of his health.
Thank you. This is a pure example of what resilient and wanting to keep going and having the passion. These guys have been in, out, outside. They know the game in and out. And And the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, it's just takes so much into it just to get it going. Congratulations again, Steve. Like he said, the oldest boxing gym in Florida, and there's a lot of boxing here in Florida.
In the world.
In the world.
Hector, we want to correct beast boxing. It may be the first time we have to correct it, but let's set the record straight.
In the world?
In the world.
In the world.
Let's make it a full circle.
years.
Pa que sepan.
57 years. Look, let me tell you. Now,
1 or 2 years is the lifespan of an amateur.
Now, we just a few years ago, we got Muhammad Ali's training camp put on the historic roster in Pennsylvania. But however, SJC's gym surpassed that with time. And gyms like that are jewels, is because there's ghosts in there. I don't want to spook you, but the people that walk through there, the scent of the sweat, the wit, the grit, and the bull crap that happens in the gyms are second to none. See, even though Harvard has a boxing program, you have to go to SWU to hone your skills in this game of boxing. All of us here continue to be a student of the game.
That's right.
Is because we keep learning, grasping, looking, wondering. We have seen a lot of things. We know a lot of things, but this sport can go leaps and bounds. But what we don't want this sport to happen, we don't want to go back in time. We want, with these young people, with this technology that they have, and so we want this game to be pushed into the future in this age as we all seen it. We seen it grow and develop. There was a time, Don, guys, you could seriously hurt in this game. Guys that are put in the gym, just coming in the gym, not in condition, and a trainer who don't know what they're doing, just throw a towel on their shoulder, puts them in there with an experienced guy. Don't take it easy on him, whack him out. Serious things like that happen in this game. And this is what Don was talking about. You don't mean for somebody to get hurt, but that's why conditioning of this sport is old. Just recently with Usyk, had that fight over in Egypt.
Yeah.
The history of boxing goes way into Egypt, Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, second to none. So what we're seeing now, it has emerged from that in the bare knuckle age. So we don't want it to go backwards. We want it to go forward. We have learned from the mistakes from the past, and it's growing and growing and growing and growing. We all make mistakes. Hey, look, someone asked me, they said, hey, Snow, you've been in a lot of big fights, and what most sticks out to us in your mind is when Mike Tyson got beat in Tokyo. I said, yeah, it probably does, because it's probably the largest upset in boxing history, in sports, all around. So, but I tell people, when you're in a big fight, you either win big or you lose big. And as trainers, we know is that we take on the responsibility of whoever we train in. We don't never put the blame game, this and that. Other people do that. Because I tell people all the time, if the man have won, I would have won the accolades, and when he loses, I can take it. I said, but I done have my good nights, and I hadn't had my bad nights, and I done have my in-between nights. But let me tell you what, whoever went up against one of my guys knew that they were going to be in a hell of a fight.
Hold on right now.